Let's learn how to play the Miskatonic School for Boys. In Miskatonic School for Boys, you are a Miskatonic horror and you have been enrolled in the human behavior class. You are going to start your test in control of one of the many students there at the school. Your objective is to figure out which student you are. To start the game, every player is going to be given randomly one of the students in the game. So I can win, deal these out. All right. We're then going to check the rules and set the main board up for the number of players we have. It's currently set up for a 4-player game. Each player is going to get a certain number of points. We'll use those in the course of the game, and the most points is actually how you win the game. And then, without looking, I will take my student and I'll put him in a holder. It's important to note that I never get to see this. So every other player in the game knows who I am, but I don't. Lastly, each player will be given one of these cards. They're called disposition cards, and they have a word on them, either truthful or deceitful. And each player will be given a small deck of 16 student cards. These cards are used so you can track which student you think you are. Now, I can already tell 3 students that I know I'm not because I can see them. They're the 3 other players. So I can go through this deck right now and I can take out Theodore because I'm not Theodore. And I can take out Cy Sinclair because I'm not him. And I can take out Lewis because I'm not Lewis. So now I know that my student is one of the cards that's left in my hand. Now, when it's my turn, I am going to get to ask one other player a question about my student, trying to figure out who I am. So I might ask, Jordan, am I ignorant?
You're pretty ignorant.
I am pretty ignorant. Okay. So because I'm ignorant, that means I can take out all the cards that are stupid in my deck. You're either stupid or ignorant in this game. So I could do this, but remember that disposition card I mentioned before? If Jordan has a truthful disposition, he has to answer correctly. But Jordan might have the deceitful disposition, in which case he can lie if he wants to. And there's always at least 1, sometimes 2, deceitful players in every round. So Jordan can lie maybe if he wants to. So I have to sort of gut check on Jordan. Do I think he's lying or not? If I think he's lying, I can challenge him. This is the first time around the table, so I would challenge him and it would cost me 4 points to challenge Jordan. I'd put 4 points out in the middle of the table, and the rest of the table would tell me if Jordan was in fact lying to me or not. Well, the rest of the table looks at my card and says, Jordan was
Telling the truth!
Jordan was in fact telling the truth. So because Jordan was telling the truth, he takes those 4 points. Those are now his. If I caught him in a lie, I would get those points, and Jordan would have to reveal his card as being a dishonest player. And I would have perfect knowledge about what's in here. So this is going to go around, and we're going to take turns around the table. Every time we finish a round, the cost to challenge will go down by 1. Eventually, a player will guess as to who they think they are. It's up to you when you want to guess. So let's say this player makes the first guess. So they will put their card next to the first guess marker. And I'll be the second player to guess. And then maybe this person guesses. Oh, and lastly, this person guesses. All right, once all the players have guessed, then we reveal, starting with the first guess. Well, the first guesser thought he was Ed. Turns out he wasn't Ed. Bad for him. Second guesser is me. I thought I was Ned. Oh, bam, I am Ned. So, because I'm the first person to guess right, I get the A in class. And the A is worth 6 points, so I take 6 points from the bank. The next player is wrong, and the last player is right, so he gets the B. Now, the first player who guessed but got wrong gets the next highest grade, a C, and the last player who guessed wrong gets the D. After you've scored your points for the round, you're going to refresh the main board This time with the round 2 tokens. Round 2, all the points are jacked up a little bit. It's worth a little bit more points. Grades are worth a little bit more points. Cost a little more to challenge. Then round 3, same idea. And then most points left wins. The game plays with 3, 4, or 5 players. Really good game for when that 5th player shows up. If you're like our play group, so many games fall off at 4 and you can't play with 5. This game's actually a riot with 5 players. I want to do a little title card here. It's like why we decided to publish this game. Mm-hmm. I first played this game at a local unpub with a bunch of other game designers. And this is not an exaggeration in any way. We went one time around the table and I offered to publish the game. It's that much fun. Just the look on your friend's face when they have to ask you questions like, am I stupid, is hysterical. But it also is a game with lots of thinking and lots of, trying to pick up who you think is lying. It's just really fun. You should definitely try it out. And I hope you have a good time with it, and thanks for your support.